Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Argyle Way again. And this is basically going to be is this daily now because we're uploading nearly every day. So this is getting very unusual for us because we haven't done this in a while. But
and you know what's even more unusual is that guess who's back?
Come
on,
that's
guess who's back?
One new face back. But this is the preview for Plymouth Argyle versus MK DONS, and we have two special guests on. Representing MK DONS, we have Charlie and we have Joe MK DONS Vlogs. So
you're right, lads.
Yep. So we've got two guests on, two representing MK DONS. So it's absolutely fantastic. Like I always say, always happy to have any guests on for any team. It's absolutely fantastic. And let's get straight into today's video because we have loads to deep dive into, and Liam's still banging on about United.
we also welcome Exeter fans as long as we roast them.
As long as we can roast them, yeah, that's perfect for us. So, but to what we got this episode, we've got new signings, we've got transfer rumors, predictions, thoughts on how this game could go, lineups, head to head, all that jazz. But the first things first, we've got to go. We've got to talk about the last result between us and MK DONS was a 4-1 win. Finn Azaz scoring twice, Whitaker scoring, and Niall Ennis scoring, and then I think Will Grigg got one back, which was around 3-1. But
it was.
Yeah. But that game was probably one of the better game. I think it was one of the best games that our team had for pressing wise. We scored at least like 2-3 goals from complete pressing high up the field, which was fantastic. And Finn Azaz scoring 2 goals that game as well. We'll be without him this time, so that's very, very sad. But from that game, I think we was in the middle of a very, very good unbeaten streak. But that did end up stopping. But from the last time we spoke to you on here, Jack, I think that I don't know. I can't remember the last time you was on.
I think it was Morecambe.
I think it might have been Morecambe. Yeah,
it was Morecambe. Yeah, it's been a while. So I'll actually. Now that I'm back here, I may as well put some thoughts in from the last 2 games. If you haven't seen my Cheltenham video, go and watch it out. My Wickham on Cornish Jana. My Wickham one is still. I'm hoping that's uploaded tonight, actually, because I know, of course, we're playing
still in the middle
of
editing
tomorrow. Obviously, these 2 MK fans are probably delighted we beat Wickham the other night because, of course, they've got a rivalry together.
But
I thought Cheltenham, if I'm going to be honest, we didn't play that great. We grinded out the 1-0 win. We didn't play bad, but Cheltenham didn't play bad either. I thought it was a typical 0-0 performance, really, from both sets of teams. And that was Cheltenham's game plan, was to basically stop us getting the ball and playing a game of football, basically.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did. I was at Cheltenham, of course, as well, as was Harvey England. And I said to myself, I was like, this will be a 0-0 and we'll go back to second in the table. Just shows how topsy-turvy this top 3 is at the moment. But
yeah, it is.
Thank goodness for Whitaker. He brought in the winner. So
that
it's grinding results like that. And on why I think I'm now really confident we'll go up now this season. And also because of our previous game against Wickham. After that Cheltenham game, that is exactly why my prediction for the Wickham game was a 0-0 draw. Because I knew they were bang on in form before coming into them coming to home park. And that got me a little bit nervous. I literally saw it. I was like, it'll be a home win or it'll be a draw. I can honestly see Wickham grabbing a point. And I know their negative style of football as well. So it wouldn't shock me. But the boys proved me wrong and we won 1-0. And that's not just a big statement into going into the rest of this season, but it's also a big statement that we've now beaten one of our so-called bogey sides doing the double.
And we've beaten them for the first time at home in 18 years. Back in 2004 when we got promoted, I think.
Exactly, yeah. It's our record against Wickham isn't great. So that
by the way, Rashford scored again.
Huge 1-0 win. But
bye-bye.
Huge 1-0 win. And club games and matches and football aside, I'd just like to say best recovery to the Wycombe player TJ for what happened at the end of the match.
And I think I said it in the last episode as well in the Wycombe review. It's in the link in the description below. But put all rivalries aside, got to respect players that have drastically collapsed on the pitch. But to all of the other fans that will start booing or didn't
there were
give
some
any
around
respect,
me. I was not happy.
Either Argyle fans or football fans.
They're just
simple as that. They are wrong-uns. They don't understand. They do not understand football at all, and they just don't deserve to be part of.
And
it's
not just us. It's every club in England.
It's every club. Yeah, every club in England.
But
yeah.
and Wales, if you count, obviously your Cardiff, Swansea.
But I've got to give
as well.
I've got to give fair play to all the Argyle fans that all just gave respect to TJ on Twitter or at the game. Seriously. Absolutely,
fantastic. I just wanted to the other thing I was going to point out was that the last two games we've had, Cheltenham and Wycombe, but both those games I thought our best player was Dan Scarr, and that just tells you how much we've missed him when he was injured.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
So he would have been my highest rating. Was
solid. I thought the entire defence was solid that game.
If I was in the last two reviews, he would have been the one I would have given the highest rating in both of them. Scar, he's been magnificent in the last two games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But moving on though to the MK DONS game, but the last couple results we've had against MK DONS, one of them we do not like to mention on this channel.
It'll be different tomorrow because Scott Twine's not there tomorrow.
Yeah, no Scott Twine, no Harry Darling,
exactly.
No Troy Parrott. Obviously they've all gone. Got the money for them, but Winky's just put it in his back pocket, as it seems, and that's why we are where we are this season. Those 4 players who had last season carried us: Mo Isa, Troy Parrott, Scott Twine, and Harry Darling.
I was going to say, I think Isa's been decent for you lot this season. But who would you say has been your best player this season, despite it not being the best of season?
I think that is. It's between. I'm going to say between 1 or 2 players. It's either Jamie Cumming or Warren O'Hora. Jamie Cumming is in the goalkeeper. Obviously was on loan from Chelsea last season, and he's renewed the loan for this season. But I feel because we're not really matching his sort of standards, I feel like he's gonna go in the in January. But he has been outstanding. I mean, there's a few games that he hasn't been. He saved a penalty on Thursday night against Peterborough. But I don't know. Warren O'Hora has always been consistently good. Popped up with a goal as well against Burton. I don't know. I need to think.
If it's anything, I'd put Coming over him. I mean, especially last few games, like recently, he's been so good.
I think if we lose Coming, we're going to struggle big time. I think Coming has got to, O'Hora's really stepped up this year. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think Coming, he's been the best. I think.
Yeah.
How did you think you played during your previous match? It was the 2-0 defeat to Peterborough. 50% possession, five total shots. Not quite the big chances Peterborough had, but like overall, I guess it could have been worse though.
Yeah, it could have been worse, right? But I think a lot of it was a very flat, boring game. I think a lot of the time Peterborough didn't really make many big moves either. But when they got their chances, they took them really. And I don't think it's that bad. I reckon if we had still had Liam Manning in charge, I feel like we would have struggled big time. But I think obviously I'm not too gutted because obviously before we beat Forest Green and we beat Portsmouth. So and they are a good side. I mean, it isn't a great result and the performance wasn't the best, but I'm not going to be
anybody can beat Forest Green.
Well, yeah, I don't want to speak too soon because we've got them next month. Well, as of tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big
yeah.
relegation
Well,
fight that is as well.
Yeah,
You could say teams beat Forest Green, but if you're sad to say, but if you're a Cheltenham fan or a Cambridge fan or I'd say Exeter. Did they? I don't know
Exeter demolished Forest Green.
Exeter demolished Forest Green, but then they lost to the Mini FL Trophy, so that doesn't count. But Cambridge and Cheltenham, I pray for you, to be honest. But
there is a relegation battle this tomorrow.
Yeah, the relegation
Morecambe and Burton have each other.
Play it.
Oh.
It looks
So,
really interesting. No,
I think a draw between Morecambe and Burton would be the ideal result for MK.
I really don't want Burton to win because they're the team that are just outside, and we need them to remain on their current sort of total points. So Morecambe are right down the bottom. I think either a Morecambe win. I would actually rather a Morecambe win, to be honest with you, than draw.
Fair enough.
But
that's fair enough.
No, I reckon so.
At any point, even a point is going to be massive.
From what it looks like, because I'm looking at the table right now, and I'll pop it on the screen with the editing skills I have. But the teams that are that's in the relegation fight right now is more from Morecambe, Forest Green, MK Dons, Accrington Stanley, Burton, Cambridge, and you can maybe put Charlton in the fight, but
Accrington.
they're only
Did you say
3 points
Accrington?
away. But so there's a 7-point gap between all those teams from Morecambe to Charlton.
Yeah.
Which is very tight.
I still think Aki will just stay up, but they did lose to Morecambe last time out, so that's kind of brought them back down to earth a bit.
If I'm going to be honest, right? If I'm going to be honest, I think Accrington are going to go down. I think. I think I'm going to be honest with you. It's still a whole half a season to go. We've got our January. We've got more money than all the smaller teams on there. We can spend, and
that's true.
And we've got a new manager, so he's going to get players that fit his type. I feel like I don't want to be like this because I'm not normally like this, but I feel like we will stay up.
I think you'll stay up as well. I think Cambridge are going down.
Yeah. No, I think Cambridge will be all right. I think Cambridge will be okay. They had a good start of the season. They beat us on the first game, but then I feel like at the end of the day, they're not on the sort of level as your Morecambes, your Accringtons, your Forest Greens are.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, Accrington aren't doing too bad, but
I think it's going to be between Cambridge and Aki for that last relegation.
Yeah.
I think Burton, Forest Green, and Morecambe are gone.
I mean, it could be with us as well. I feel like it's gonna. I reckon it could go down to the wire for us. You know. I feel like tomorrow's not going to be good. Lincoln, we've got after that. I don't know. Maybe lucky if we get a point.
Is that home or away?
That's at home. That's on the 14th.
That'll do us a favour, yeah.
Not tomorrow, Monday. Sorry, but no, they've got to do us a favour. Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Lincoln right now. Yeah. Lincoln right now are they. The thing is, they're playing really, really well at home, and I feel like they could pull off a surprise against Ipswich. They've been unbeaten at home. They could easily surprise.
The only blip Lincoln have had lately was when Burton beat them 3-0. That was a disappointment for Lincoln. That was, and as well considering the season they've had as well,
and as well for extra content as well because this is what Liam messaged me. This is Liam's League One mid-season table predictions. So you did message me this, Liam, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
you messaged me the other day. So
I won't say mine yet because I'm going to make a separate
but
video.
This will be a little bit of extra content right now, so I'll stick it in here. So I'll go from the 1st to 24th. So we put Ipswich 1st, Argyle 2nd, Sheffield Wednesday 3rd, Bolton 4th, Barnsley 5th, Derby 6th, Peterborough 7th, Pompey 8th, Wickham 9th, Port Vale 10th, Bristol Rovers 11th, Shrewsbury 12th, Lincoln 13th, Scum 14th, Oxford 15th, Charlton 16th, Fleetwood 17th, Cambridge 18th, Cheltenham 19th, MK 20th, Accrington Stanley 21st, Burton 22nd, Forest Green 23rd, and Morecambe 24th.
Yeah, mine's a bit different to that so far.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. And then obviously the one that I saw in there was so the one that kind of surprised me a little bit was
no, what a save De Gea. Oh my god.
The one that surprised me is Port Vale, I think, because you think that you think you'll stay top half of the table.
They could do, you know. They're playing really well at the moment.
They are playing really, really well.
Yeah, even we've only had 6-7 points at home this season. And before, obviously, Forest Boxing Day, we only had 4 points at home. Yeah. So, and the only win we had got before that was against Port Vale at the start of the season. But I think 10th is a little bit over for them. But yeah, no, I feel like they'll sort of be around that area, maybe 14th, 13th for Port Vale. Shrewsbury, I think, could do a job. I think Shrewsbury could be up there.
They're in lower mid-table for me so far, but it could be any of them. It's so tight.
I think they're I think Shrewsbury are a good side. They've got a good bunch of players. I think they've got quite a good. Yeah,
they're basically, to me, as League One as you can get. They'll stop you from going up, and they'll make you get relegated.
Yeah, they are very League One. They're a very average League One side. I remember there was a few years ago when they were up in the playoffs.
They finished third, behind Wigan and Blackburn.
Yeah, I think
when that season we missed playoffs just again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we went down that was the season we went down to League Two. We had them on the last day. We won 1-0, but it was probably it's just meaningless, really. But
yeah, and we got overtaken right at the end by Scunthorpe and Charlton on the last
I remember 7th.
that.
And speaking about the lineups for tomorrow's game, the last lineup that MK Dons lineup is this. I'm going to talk about the game against Peterborough, the 2-0 loss. So you had Cumming in goal, Tucker, O'Hara, and Jules in defence. Watson, McCachran, Devoy, Harvey, Holland, Grigg, and Barry as your starting lineup. And because obviously one of the players that I mainly know is maybe two is Will Grigg. He scored against us.
Yeah.
And Louis Barry, who was on loan from Aston Villa. So obviously remember that name. And I think that Harvey as well.
Harvey, he's. I do like Harvey. He's a very passionate player, and this last season, I reckon he was the weakest link in our squad.
Yeah, definitely.
Last season, he was the weakest link in our squad. He was starting every game. Don't get me wrong, but then we had players that literally every player on the pitch was having a masterclass, really, and he was the only one that was fairly average. But this season he is one of the better players, obviously, because we've not been as strong. Harvey's a good player. He obviously scored that goal against Forest Green. He played well again on Thursday, to be fair. He had there's a few that weren't, a few little errors, but no, I think he's generally quite a good player.
And and I'm also going to talk about the team from compared from obviously the 5-0 loss that we had last year, which it gives me nightmares about. I think it still gives Jack and Liam nightmares about.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
it gives us all nightmares, that game. But compared from now and last year, your team has changed very, very drastically from the one you had, like Scott Twine, Parrott. Kasumu, Coventry, and Harry Darling in there. And now from where the team is now, it feels like all the players have left, but then it feels like they just have not been replaced properly.
Oh no, really... they haven't.
That's exactly what's happened.
So
go. Sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
No. So basically, the recruitment has been really poor. So we've gotten how much 4-5 million off Scott Twine, 1.5 million off Darling, and we replace them with, we only spend 100k on a winger from a wonder kid for a start. So they're not up to scratch yet. Winger from that Republic of Ireland division. I'm like, he's good. Don't get me wrong, right? But he doesn't start, and he comes up with good moments, but how on earth is that replacing Scott Twine? Same with our we haven't really bought in a replacement for Harry Darling, except from Jack Tucker. But Jack Tucker, to be fair, the last few games have not been bad, but it's just, I don't think he's great. Everyone was like, wonder kid, oh my God, he's so good. But Gillingham Gillingham. He was Gillingham last season. They did go down, and seeing as he's been a defender in that team, centre back, I think there must be a reason. There must be. He can't all be that great, really. If he was that good, he would be.
Yeah.
I was saying as well because I think he'd been in that Gillingham side since academy level. I think. So I think they were saying as well he's been used to that system at Gillingham, and
exactly
it's the adaptation over to the system that we play.
Yeah,
it's just taking him time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's nothing compared to Darling.
No,
I think to be honest, I think Zach Jules has stepped up quite a lot. I think Zach Jules is fairly similar to Harry Darling now, but coming forward and pushing up the field and that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And Zach Jules has definitely stepped up. He was on thin ice. Everyone was like, "Oh, we all hate Zach Jules," but then he's been very consistent. He's been a very good player, and he's been probably one of the best players. I should have mentioned Zach Jules as well this season. Yeah, he's been up there. He's been good. Yeah.
You know what's even worse though is that Scott Twine's hardly started for Burnley this season either.
Yeah, he's been injured.
Yeah,
he's been injured.
He has been injured at the same time as well, and it's interesting because when I watched our game on Sky Sports last season, because I was still studying for my masters, so I couldn't come down to Home Park anyway for it. I was literally watching it thinking they'll go up 100% because I thought we were going to play Rotherham this season, but then Rotherham had some sort of masterclass second half against Gillingham, and that's what sent them up. I really thought you lot were going to do it. I really thought you were. And
the gutting thing about it is, if we did go up, we would have kept Harry Darling. Well, we would have kept Scott Twine. And one of my friends' dads even spoke to his dad about it, and he was like, he was prepared to stay. So we would have kept Darling, we would have kept Twine. I reckon Parrott would have renewed his loan because he's gone to Preston now. And if we were in a championship, he
wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, especially seeing as he's he doesn't have to really bother moving and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's a one season wonder if we manage to do it against Wickham, which we in that second leg of the playoffs, we were all over them, and we deserved. I reckon we deserved a 3-4-0 in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Really. We only got one.
Stockdale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was so good that game. He was so good.
He was very, very good. And it's annoying. That Connor Wickham header. Do you remember that Connor Wickham header?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if that was Harry Darling on it, he would have absolutely buried that into the back of the net.
Yeah.
And that And speaking of other lineup news as well, I'll also get I want to mainly get Jack and Liam on this, but for the Argyle lineup, as our predicted lineup, but our last lineup we had Cooper, Longwick, Wilson, Scott, Gillespie, Houghton, Randall, Whitaker, Mayer, Hardy, and Cosgrove. So we played a 4-2-2-2, which basically matched Gareth Ainsworth's lineup in that game. But
his lineup,
obviously we saw the announcement yesterday that Ben Waine has signed for Plymouth Argyle from Australia, the 21-year-old attacker. But the question is, do you think that he will be involved in the game against MK Dons?
No, he's literally just signed. I think his first. I think if he has a first game, it depends on how much time he has to come to England, obviously from New Zealand. I think if anything, the earliest we'll get is if he comes on from the bench against one of Bolton or Ipswich.
That's what I was thinking. And I'll also talk about that how interesting of a signing this is for you two, anyways, because it's obviously we signed Gillespie from Australia as well, didn't we? So. And he's proved to be a very good player for us right now. But
well, he's the way I see it at the moment is that he's younger than me, so I know he's young.
He's 21.
Yeah. So that's one thing positive, because every time I look at Argyle or any club signing a youngster, you look at it thinking they could have a big future or something here or something. Second of all. I don't know what it is. And obviously, I don't know much about Ben Waine because obviously I don't watch the New Zealand league.
The Waine train.
But basically, I don't know what it is, but Argyle just have some sort of history with decent players from New Zealand. I grew up with
New
us
Zealand
having
and Australia,
Rory
yeah.
Fallon up front back when we were in the Championship, and he played in the World Cup in 2010 for New Zealand, and he was one of our prolific goal scorers during these last 20 years. So that I see that link in with him in a way, but you never know. I mean, like, I look at it like Cosgrove, really, because when we signed Cosgrove, everyone, mainly Birmingham fans, were going up saying, this is the wrong signing, this is the wrong signing, he's rubbish, why have you signed him? But we've already been his best club, Cosgrove.
We've loved him.
The same will be for Wayne.
Got for him. He's been actually prolific for us as well. So, and he was the type of player that Schumacher wanted.
He's not prolific like Whittaker is.
No, not like Whittaker, but yeah.
But he does turn up on the big occasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And
when he pounces, he pounces.
And right now, the signings that we've made this season have been spot on.
They've been very good.
Definitely with Whittaker, Finazaz, Ballymunba. Those three have been so good for us this season. Sad that we couldn't see more Finazaz after his ankle injury, but
he will be back.
He will be back.
When do you think he'll be back?
Coming back.
So I don't think he's going to be back.
He'll be around mid-February, I think.
Oh, he will miss Wednesday then as well.
Because he'll be back in training around end of January. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Very interesting. And then obviously all of the rumours right now, it's going all over Twitter right now of Saxon Early from Norwich, the left wing back, which could potentially mean Ballymunba leaving, going back to Norwich.
Can't see it happening when Mumba's been our best player this season.
Saxon Early.
Yeah.
He's at Stevenage at the moment,
isn't
he?
But I think he's been recalled.
That's it.
Has he?
Recalled, yeah.
Because I was at the Orient versus Stevenage on 27th, and he's playing then.
Mm-hmm. And he's
How did
only
he play in
20
that
years
game?
old, I think.
He was quite good, actually, to be fair.
Fair enough.
He was a good player, but I don't know if he'd get into Argyle's team, to be honest with you.
He won't get in over Mumba. No, not at all.
Norwich want cash for him. They want a decent amount of cash for him. Because obviously they're probably trying to get him off and then try and get Ballymunba back. That's probably what they want. I don't know what's going on around there.
I can only see Mumba go back to Norwich if we don't go up this season. Simple as that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I saw a tweet from Pilgrim Pete as well. So obviously Pilgrim Pete, he said, how can we expect Ballymunba to go back when he was covered for Joe Edwards?
And we were talking about Joe Edwards just now. Me, you, and Harvey England reckon he's been our most disappointing player this season so far.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But obviously later on through this episode, we will get some other transfer rumour stories out as well. But I'll get the quick question out. Rate this season so far out of 10 for MK Dons and Argyle.
I'd go 8, I reckon.
8 for Argyle.
Mm-hmm.
Go higher than that.
I'd go 9. I'd go 9.
I'd go 10. We're top of the freaking league, boys.
Yeah, if for you, I'd go 10 if I were you.
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
blimmin' top, lads.
Yeah, we're top. Like, what else can you say?
It'd be 11 if the referee didn't screw us over.
If the referee
versus
didn't
Burton.
screw us over, we would have been in 11, yeah. And then what about for MK Dons? Because obviously, I think nearly every fan this season predicted them to be pretty high. Not higher than last year, but a little bit higher.
I did say at the end of last season, I feel like it was a one-season wonder, and I felt like we were going to be down there. Yeah. Not this far down.
No,
I thought there was going to be a slight relegation sort of threat there. Me personally, I think now it's I reckon it's about a 2.5.
Yeah, I'd say.
I reckon if we still had Manning in right now, I would say it's a 1.
Yeah,
but I feel like we're sort of making a bit of change, and we got a good result against Forest Green,
and
I feel
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth as well without Manning. So I feel like it is sort of on the up a little bit. Even those 2 results mean a lot. Could be a 3 at the moment. About 2.5.
thought that Pompey result was gonna get rid of Cowley for them, but they've still kept him.
Well, no, we were good that game. We
Yeah.
were. Oh, I thought we were excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you look.
No, Pompey was so
from what I
poor
saw,
that
you
night.
did look good, but Portsmouth right now, goodness me, they look from where they were earlier this season and now look where they are now. They just
To be
look.
fair,
It just looks like that their team is just. I don't know what's happened.
to be fair, I thought they played decent against Ipswich.
Yeah, that Pat free kick was ridiculous. Even
I
Alex
actually
Griffin
thought they
said
were
that
gonna.
free
I
kick
actually
was
thought they were
brilliant.
gonna win it as well.
I thought they were going to win it as well.
Did they celebrate their goals like they won the league or not?
A little bit.
Yeah, shock.
Liam always talks about Portsmouth celebrating like they always won the league. They do.
It's just annoying.
Just bring back Just bring it back when you talked about the Morecambe game.
Morecambe game.
When Portsmouth played Morecambe and they started celebrating like they won the league.
But they drew that game anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, great.
No,
But,
that was a very good good win for MK. That was because I think
Mhm.
everyone had Pompey to win or draw that game.
Oh,
and MK
yeah,
just
yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we
here we go.
we got more to
boys.
talk
Here we
about now.
go.
Got more to talk about now. Speaking of
Wonderful.
Portsmouth, speaking of other teams, we're going through the predictions. So, as always, for nearly every video now, we go through predictions, predict our matches, we get a goal scorer in, we get
And
the
we
score.
go us last.
Yep, exactly.
Us last.
We do us last, as
Oh,
always.
yeah.
But first game, Bristol
Now,
Rovers versus Cheltenham.
I don't think this is going to be a walkover as people think it will be.
I'm tossing between a Rovers win or draw.
I've gone a 2-2 draw.
You sure?
And I've gone 2-2 and Alfie Mays has scored for Cheltenham.
Well, Alfie May's been taken.
I'm saying Rovers 2-1 just. I was going to say a draw, but I thought I think Rovers will nick it. I'll say Collins to score.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cheltenham have been playing very well lately. They beat Shrewsbury as well, which I did not expect at all. That was a very good. They've done the double over Shrewsbury now. That's a very good state.
Yeah,
Cheltenham.
They played. Yeah,
They've
well
risen
against
up the table. Look on the table half. Look, because Rovers are 12th, but look where Cheltenham are now. They've completely risen up. They're 16th. That's fantastic
16th.
because
16th.
they were about 20th, 19th, 18th, and now they're ahead of Charlton in the table. So that's done really well for Wade Elliott's side.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and for Bristol Rovers as well under Joey Barton. To be honest, the season that they've had, even though they lost to Exeter, they've still had a very good season, I'd say.
Oh, that game was mental.
That was
honestly.
A mental game.
That is literally what you call a West Country clash. That game was, but that scoreline literally buggered all three of us with our predictions because we all said Rovers would win 2-0 and then Exeter go on to win 4-3.
Yeah,
I mean, I was showing you the score in the ground, wasn't I, Jack?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw here. I think it's got a draw written all over it.
I genuinely think Cheltenham will get a point.
But I don't know who will bloody score though.
They can't stand Rovers either.
But I don't know.
Go for Coburn.
Oh, has no one
gone
taken
with Collins, Liam?
Has
Yeah,
no
I
one
got with
taken
Collins.
Colburn?
Yeah. No, it's taking Coburn. No.
All right, I'll take him then.
It could be Lunderloo for Cheltenham.
Sure.
He was dreadful against us.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
And and for anyone else that hasn't predicted, what else do you think the score will be?
Go on, Joe.
You know what? I feel like Cheltenham could win that 1-0.
It could do, you know.
They
That's
could.
what I was thinking.
Because Bristol Rovers, they have been they've been good this season. I think I'm not. Have their last few results not been a little bit off, or is that just? Oh, have you got their results?
Yeah,
there?
I've got their.
But they had a tight game. They had a tight game against Wickham, and both were right bang on form.
Yeah, but then you look at Cheltenham, and they've had a decent. They've not been bad, and they beat Forest Green as well, didn't they? No, they didn't.
They lost to
Forest
Forest Green.
No, they beat them in the Papa John's, didn't they?
Oh,
yeah. But they can't stand each other anyway. That's
yeah, I know.
derby.
Yeah, but I think you know what? I think Cheltenham will sort of rise to that a little bit because I feel like they're going to bring quite a good following there tomorrow. Bristol Rovers. It'll be a bit of a big day out for them because it's not really too far.
They don't like each other particularly much.
No,
either,
I feel like Cheltenham could get that win 1-0, and I feel like in recent forms, I'll go 1-0. I don't really know anyone else other than May who would do it. Maybe Charlie Brown. I hate to say it, but Charlie Brown could score. He's not been too bad.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Charlie?
I'd make exactly what he said. I was thinking they'll go there and pull something off, get a 1-0. I mean, because, I think, after the Shrewsbury game as well, that's a big win for them. So I think they'll be riding high off of that. Coming into it with, somewhat decent form. And I reckon they can just nick one and then sit on it for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Fairs.
No,
and with obviously Bristol Rovers, the season that they've had, at the moment they've surprised quite a decent amount of people. We thought they would be a little bit lower, but them sitting in mid-table is very, very surprising. And then Cheltenham, just after beating Shrewsbury, 10-men Shrewsbury, anything could happen in that game. We'll see what happens with that. But next game.
This I don't think will be.
I feel like it's just going to be one of those games. It's just going to be one of those games, ain't it?
Probably, yeah.
I've gone with a 1-1 draw for this one.
I was genuinely thinking the exact same thing because I feel like
they both had each other in League Two last season. They know each other well, but also I don't know what it is with Vale. They're a very underrated side, but they're one of those teams I can feel like they can pull off a result against someone like Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, and obviously what they did to us this season.
Obviously did,
but then they won't exactly get all the 3 points against like one of your bottom sides this season or something. And I wouldn't be shocked if Forest Green get a point in this. So I've gone with a 1-1 draw, and I've gone with Part Harris to score for the Vegans.
Part Harris. He scored in the last game.
He did.
He's a bloody fraud because I had 2-0 out and he can do one.
Jesus Christ.
I'm saying
you can all say yours because I'm predicting mine.
I'm going for a Vale win. I think Forest Green are favourites, to be honest. I'm not quite sure. But I'm going to go for a Vale win.
I don't think either team will be favourites into this game.
I don't know. Port Vale are 6-5 and SGO are 23-10.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'll say Vale 2-0. Howardson to score.
Fairs.
Go on, what about you three then?
I reckon that's a 3-1 there to Port Vale. Maybe, I reckon Port Vale will have them easy. Yeah, no, I think they will. Forest Green, I think they will.
That just sums them up, doesn't it?
I don't want to think that simply about it, but I think it is really that clear cut that Port Vale are going to win that, and I think they're maybe 2-1 to Port Vale.
I think I've gone for like a sort of tighter one. I don't know because I'm leaning between like a 3-0 Port Vale, but then I also look at it and then at the moment and like the form they're on and with Wilson coming off injured for him against Wednesday, it's like I also look at it and feel that I can't see Vale getting a goal out of it. But I don't know. I'll go for a 1-0 Vale.
Yeah, talking about Wilson, he scored 2 against us in a 2-0 win.
Well, I've got to scribble that name out because I literally just wrote him down and I'm like, well, that's a name going off the list.
Wilson scored against us in a 2-0 win, which, to be honest, they kind of deserved. But if on another day,
deserve the win. Let's be honest, it was our worst performance of
the
season.
Someone said on Twitter that we should have won that game.
We should have blown.
It's because we blew all our chances in the first half.
Yeah, we did blow our chances.
Overall, Vale did deserve the 3 points.
Play that game another 10 times, we'll win majority of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
I forgot we had a terrible record against Vale.
Same. But yeah,
Mhm,
James Wilson scored 2 against us. Last 4 games, he's done that 4. Typical,
mhm.
isn't it? Typical,
Oh,
isn't it?
exactly, Liam, exactly. I'm gonna go 2-1 Vale, but I'm gonna say March to score.
He'll
We
be
mar-
marching on.
We march on, everyone. We march on to our next game.
He
All right.
started in the previous match as well, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
He scored 4 goals this season. He's a top goal scorer, I think. So, see what happens. Is he a top? I think it's either Wickham or him. So, and yeah,
Here we go. Tight
as
relegation
Brexiteer
battle.
as it could be, boys.
Yeah. I'm going for. I want to say a draw, but I'll go for Burton anyway. I just think Morecambe, they're just down and out, really. I mean, they won't survive. Like I said, I put them bottom of the league, so there we go.
Yeah.
I'll say 2-0 Burton. Adebayo to score. Or have I took him out? But
I swear to God, he takes him every single goddamn week. It's just becoming a likely occurrence now. I'm like, am I going to be able to get a sniff of him this week? I'm like,
saying that, Harvey, he didn't even score on Thursday night.
I know, but you take him every week, so. All right.
I'm going with a surprise here. I'm not going to Morecambe win, but I'm gonna go a 1-1 draw.
I had a feeling
Ooh.
you'd say that.
If it was Burton's ground, I would have gone a home win for Burton, 100%. But I can just see Morecambe nick a goal in this game, and I'm going Wire to score.
Oh, yeah. Annoying for me. Annoying because I predicted him last week, but hopefully he doesn't score this week. Actually,
Can genuinely see a 1-1 draw in this game, and I know Accrington Stanley are Morecambe's biggest rivals, but honestly, in that 2-0 win they had over them, that was a very.
I'm gonna predict 2-1 again, but yeah, for Barton, I'm gonna predict 2-1. I completely forgot.
What about you, Joe?
I actually think
who scored in the last game.
I think Morecambe are going to win 1-0.
Really?
Brayford and Camden.
You know what? I was debating that as well, to be honest.
Yeah, but you look at it. If you look at it here, if you go back onto that,
yeah,
back onto the
Morecambe,
the Morecambe.
Oh yeah, there we go.
If you look at it, Morecambe have had tough sides. The ones that they've lost. But if you look at the 2 home games, they've got 4 points out of their last 2 home games. And Burton aren't a great side compared to some of the ones they've played. I think Morecambe are actually going to do a job there. But Burton aren't they can do it, but I actually feel like Morecambe are going to get it. I feel like they're going to have momentum from their last win as well. And I think Morecambe are going to get 1-0 win. They're going to be really up for that. I think Morecambe are going to be really up for that. I think Burton might have relaxed a little bit, seeing they've just sort of.
I can kind of agree with that. Actually.
Also, they put in a statement the other week when they tormented Lincoln.
Yeah. I think they might end up getting a little bit complacent now, Burton.
I mean, if Morecambe win this basically puts them right back in there into.
Oh yeah, it does.
I don't think they will stay up at all, but they'll be back in there within a shout with Burton, Forest Green, you guys, Accrington Stanley, Cambridge.
I'm going to put Camwood to score.
Well, they've got some big games coming up, and they've got Burton on New Year's Day, Cheltenham at home the following week.
Well, they have to win that.
Yeah, Cambridge away, Port Vale at home, Ipswich away, Rovers at home, Derby away. So yeah,
I'd love to see them win at Portman Road.
Mate,
so
that'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
Imagine that. Imagine that in a few weeks. We all predict Ipswich to win like 4 or 5-0, and then Morecambe
the
win
scenes
1-0.
that they actually surprise them. Oh, for God's sake.
But I would take it because that'll do us a favour.
Yeah, it'll do us a massive favour. Yeah.
Derek Adams, legend, one of us.
Yeah, he's one of us. He's one of us.
24th of January, that game, we play Accrington away.
That's when we got Aki away.
And then there's the scum.
I think Oxford are going to destroy them. I actually really think they're going to destroy Exeter.
Look at Rovers. They won that game. Just saying.
No, I don't. I honestly don't think Exeter will win this. They have a poor record against Oxford.
Good. I'm going to say 2-0 Oxford and Taylor to score.
You know what? I was actually about to ask you. I was about to actually ask you. Who you having, Matt Taylor or Bowden? Because I had in brackets. I put down because my prediction's 4-1 Oxford, and I put brackets one of Matt Taylor or Bowden. I'll talk to Liam.
Yeah. I'll talk to Liam first, so I can.
I'll go Bowden. I'll
yeah.
go Bowden now that Liam's gone Taylor, so that's decided. But yeah, I honestly think Oxford are going to destroy them 4-1.
Yeah, fairs. I'm gonna say 3-2. Also,
Darren Drysdale sounds like a white mug.
Also,
yeah,
I'm trying to make scorer predictions hard for Harvey because I know he's never backed an Exeter player yet this season.
No, I don't back any of them. That's the rule of this channel. I do not predict any Exeter score, result, or player. I don't give two damn shites about that. I really don't care. So yeah, that's it really. But I'm just going through their previous lineup, and if anybody else needs it.
Yeah, that was
man of the match.
I forgot about Brannigan, to be fair.
That was off screen. I had 2-1. Get it off the screen.
Okay.
You did better than me. I had a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
The only thing I got right from that game was Leeburn to score for
I
Charlton.
predicted Charlton, so you should count yourself lucky, Liam.
No, Charlton's never going to win that game.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, they might have done, but they're just terrible. Again, they should have never sacked Garner, like I said.
Should never have sacked them. All right. And
why does it always seem like Charlton beat us 5-1 and they've been absolutely cacked since?
Because back then Charlton were playing so well.
Yeah, they were playing really well. But
they're one of those sides that if they're against one of us, Portsmouth or Ipswich, they're amazing. And then when they play someone like Forest Green, they're awful. Or even against MK, they were awful because MK beat Charlton as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To be fair, they're both from set pieces, and I feel like we were just a bit lucky to.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like if we didn't get those set pieces, if we didn't get those dead balls or whatever, I feel like it would have been a 0-0.
0-0, yeah, 0-0.
But yeah.
What's everyone else's prediction?
You know, for this game, I feel like it's going to be a draw. I think it is going to be a draw. As you did say, Oxford's history against Exeter is sort of in their favour.
Oh, why is it not showing? There we go. Now it's showing head-to-head.
I think it's going to be. I think it could be a 0-0.
It could happen. To be fair,
it could happen. Yeah,
or a 1-1, 0-0 or 1-1. But you know what? I think Exeter. They've actually got quite a good side, and I think they've got very good support. Their homes, I hate to say this to you, but I think they've got one of the best home supports in the league. That when we played them, that big sort of bank behind the goal was bouncing. It was good.
So I just retract what you said there. The best home support. No.
No.
I knew he was going to say something.
I'm
going to
be honest with you,
right? I was waiting for him to say something.
I'm gonna be honest about that. From what I've experienced, they've got a better home support than you. But obviously that was that was a 6-0 against us, and I think we sort of singing a lot. We didn't really hear you. We were having a great day, and in Exeter we were quiet. We weren't in great form, so I don't think many of us really went. And obviously we played poor. They went 1-0 up, and I think, yeah.
Jack, do you know what it feels like? It feels like I've just had my heart ripped out of my chest.
Oh, that was painful to hear.
That was painful.
Yeah, someone was going to say it to us.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is about the result, not about the fans. But I think Exeter. But I think Exeter have got a decent backing, but I think it's got a draw. I think Oxford's record, and Oxford are in better form recently. But and they're at home as well. As you can see, that both of their last home games have won. It could easily be an Oxford win. I reckon it'll be a draw though.
When we
Yeah.
when we score tomorrow, Joe, you'll see proper limbs, mate. There's no limbs. There's no limbs in it. There's no limbs in it.
No, to be fair, I'm going to be honest. They were probably the best home atmosphere I've seen this season.
No, I know it's your honest opinions, mate. I know you lot
Yeah,
would be
no.
the same if we. I know you lot would be the
in
same if
terms
we
of-
said Wickham had a better support than home support than you.
Oh,
I went to Wickham this season, and it was the quietest home atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate,
I mean,
from what I
you-
saw, from what I saw in Jack's vlog, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, from what you can say the same about us. Their home support is dreadful.
I think I've seen a
Like,
better atmosphere from a snail's funeral, if I'm truly honest.
I've seen
Yeah,
better.
no.
I've seen better atmosphere at a party.
Yeah, no,
But it depends what type of
Wickham's home
party they're doing.
atmosphere. Wickham,
Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
yeah, no, Wickham's home atmosphere. You have a lot of teams in our league who've got little terraces behind the goal, and they're all bouncing. Like Fleetwood's is normally quite good. Accrington's normally quite good. Exeter, as I said. Who else has got a little terrace behind the goal? Burton's normally got quite a good one.
Oh,
then
I should have went there. Don't start him on that.
But then, no, Wickham. I just think it's a library.
It's so quiet. Cheltenham was really quiet, I thought as well, but it was still louder than Wickham.
Yeah, when we played, it's their sort of main rivalry. Us, they sort of force it with us a little bit. I don't overly care about Wickham as much as obviously AFC and Cobblers and all that. But
Northampton, yeah, I know they're another one of your main rivals as well.
Yeah, I'd say in saying our rivals, it's definitely AFC right at the top.
Yeah.
Then probably I mean, Wickham sort of come into it a little bit. Seems we had the playoff sort of thing,
Wimbledon,
and it did.
Wimbledon.
And it did get Wimbledon's right at the top. That's clear.
It's the Dons derby, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Wickham of recent times. We used to play Northampton all the time, and it was.
There's a few seasons since we played them now.
Northampton could be coming up for next season.
I think they will. Yeah.
I think one team that I could already see going up anyways is Leyton Orient.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, no, that's
they'll
so
be going up.
That is so clear cut. Stevenage are doing well as well, and
true.
They drew last night, the frauds.
Yeah, but I think it seems a bit too good to be true for Stevenage, really, because last season they were right down there.
That's such an odd turnaround.
Yeah.
At the moment, I
Same
think
with Barrow as well.
Oh yeah, Barrow.
At the moment, I think the four going up will be Leyton Orient, Northampton, Stevenage, and Carlisle. One of Carlisle's.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. I think just spot on.
Carlisle's got one of the best goalkeepers in the EFL at the moment.
And obviously, from what I saw earlier, Swindon have re-signed Charlie Austin.
Yeah,
I saw that as well.
Yeah, it was yesterday morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I was like, Charlie Austin, what's going on there? He was at QPR living in the highlight, and then he's back down to Swindon. That's crazy.
At the moment, I think Stevenage will do it, but I think it just depends if they keep their squad for next season. Because if they lose their squad for next season, I think they'll go straight.
It's like what would you compare them though? who would you compare them to though?
Who, Stevenage?
Yeah.
Let me think. I don't know, someone like your I remember when anyone I can think that's a really small club that I've seen in League One before. To
be honest, I don't think they're as small as a
I'd
club
have to
compared to.
I'm going to be honest,
and
I'd say this because they're one of our local rivals. I'd probably say Torquay because I've seen them in League One once, and then they went back down.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree.
Torquay's one of them. Who else? You could say Yeovil, to be fair, even though I've seen Yeovil go into the Plymouth Championship before.
Goodness.
Who else can I think of?
And I'll put this there for when you're ready.
I wouldn't say Southend because they've got a huge following.
It
still shocks me they're in the National League.
I can't believe
you could probably say in fact, Stevenage, you could probably say like your Accrington Stanleys or Morecambes now that are in League One.
I could kind of agree with that. Yep.
Who else can I think of that I've seen do League One? Carlisle have been in League One before, but I think Carlisle are a much bigger club than the two I've just mentioned, Aki and Morecambe. Much bigger.
Was Hereford in League One?
I don't know about Hereford. They have been in League Two.
They have been in League One, Hereford, but they're all the way down.
Carlisle have nearly the same capacity as us. They're a huge, well, not a huge club, but they're bigger than what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're trying to compare Stevenage to a team, I think Cambridge is quite similar.
Maybe Cambridge.
Yeah,
Cambridge,
because Cambridge
Cambridge.
were down in the National League, like
They were.
Stevenage were,
Yeah.
and they've been in League Two for ages, same as Stevenage, and then they've came
look
up
at
the last few seasons. So I reckon that's quite, and in terms of size of the club as well, they're fairly similar sort of ground, similar sort of. Yeah,
I know. I'd say there's more Cambridge than Stevenage fans, though.
Oh no, I agree.
Oh.
Definitely.
I think it'll be the same. I think it'll be the same if Barrow ever got to League One. I think they'll probably be the smallest.
I'm going to stick that on here, Liam. I'll stick that on here. Thank you for sending me that. Thank you for sending me that. There we go. I will stick that on here. There we go. That's obvious. Liam's just sent me this on a messenger. So Stephen Schumacher says a second new signing for Argyle is still moving in the right direction and hope it will be announced soon. Speaking about this guy, Saxon Early comes out with a lot of speculation linking the Pilgrims to Norwich City's 20-year-old left back Saxon Early. So second signing.
If we sign him, it's very good for our squad depth. I just don't want to lose Mumba.
But do you know what the thing is though? We've lost Conor Grant to injury and Miller.
Wait, what?
Injury
Conor Grant? What?
Conor Grant's injured. Yeah.
We've got a Conor Grant as well.
That's what I was saying.
Really?
When we first signed him, I was so confused because I thought we'd signed him off of you, and I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, we've had a Conor Grant for a while.
I knew you had a C. Grant, but I didn't know it was going to be Conor Grant. Going to be a Conor Grant. But...
yeah. Conor Grant and Miller's out with, I think, both either one or two is out with long-term injuries. And then, obviously, I think the players that we've got at left wing back that we could play there is Ballymumba, Joe Edwards, and Finley Crass. That's the only ones that can play there. So getting Saxon Early does make sense, but it kind of could mean will Ballymumba go back? I don't know. So that'll be interesting. We'll obviously see more on that in a bit. But
before we go into this next prediction, actually, I wanted to ask both Joe and Charlie. Start of the season, where did you guys have MK in your predictions?
Oh, here we go.
I think I had us sort of around mid-table because I knew there was going to be a drop-off. I thought there's no way we can replicate what we did last season. But no, I wouldn't have predicted us to be anywhere near where we are now.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people didn't imagine you to be there.
A lot of us didn't. I didn't have you guys in playoffs or autos, but I didn't think you'd drop off this badly. I had you just upper mid-table. I had you guys ninth.
Yeah, no, I think I'd sort of predicted around maybe 11th or 12th. But no, there's fans from other clubs sort of giving their predictions on us. And I mean, they were all putting us sort of down there a little bit for the same sort of reasons as I think. And then there was other MK fans being like, "Oh, why are you putting us so low?" And I'm like, come on.
That's how
seriously.
I felt when people put us 12th and 13th. I thought, oh dear.
Yeah.
But look at Thogden and Thogdad, for example. I'm like, are you mad? Mad?
Yeah, no, I think, but it I think that it's so clear. It is so clear when you look at it before the season even starts that it's a drop off. You can't replace Scott Twine. You can't replace Harry Darling, and especially with players from the Irish League. And bear in mind they were the two best players from the Irish League. Dawson Devoy and Burns. But yeah, no. I'm a bit surprised, but I sort of expected there was going to be a drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Where did you guys have us at the start of the season? Just out of curiosity.
Oh God.
I can't really remember what I sort of guessed, but I think I would have had you sort of same sort of areas last season. Maybe
seventh,
on the edge of the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
surprise me. Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe clinch the playoffs. Maybe 5th or 6th.
That's fair.
I'll take 6th for the start of the season. To be fair, anyway.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
I just found mine. I said 8th for you lot.
I think that was an
Thanks,
8th,
mate.
and at the start of the season, I looked at that thinking if we finished 8th, I wouldn't be surprised because it's a hard league at the end of the day as well.
Well, with the
I
teams
only
that
had
you
a second,
can see
and I
in
know
the
it sounds
league.
biased. I only had a second because I was just so confident in the team.
I think
We may
I
have lost
think I
tomorrow
had
to
us.
Ipswich, but
I think I had us
I was really
around.
confident in the team, and I thought all the players would be up for this season after the way we missed out.
I
on
think
last
I had us around 4th or 5th.
Yeah, no, it's a tough league because I had us second behind Sheffield Wednesday because I thought with the way both of our clubs missed out on going up last season, I think that's kind of why I had us as the top two.
Yeah.
So many people had Wednesday to win the league this season.
Yeah. And speaking of two teams that are fighting for playoffs right now, Peterborough United and Wycombe Wanderers, and we beat 2 days ago. And these two teams right now, Peterborough United just coming back, coming back into form after losing so many games.
I've gone with a tight match here.
I'm going. I mean, I was thinking of Wycombe win at first, but I thought
I've gone with a Wycombe win.
I was thinking of Wycombe as well.
I just thought Peterborough's got the second best home form in the league, so I think. And let me just check.
Yeah. They have won a decent amount of games at home, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got second
Apart
best
from
home.
that Fleetwood defeat.
Second best home form in the league, so I'm going to go.
Yeah, they do. 8 wins,
Fair
1
play
draw,
to
2
them.
losses.
Yeah, it's their away form that hinders them massive. When we say we have it bad with away form, we don't. Just look at
Mate, they have 8 losses away. Jesus Christ. That's madness.
To be fair, our away record hasn't really been that bad. It's the home one that really lets us down.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think your away record's better than your home record.
Yeah, I think if you put it in a league table of away records, I think we're like 12th or 13th or something.
You're 13th. Yeah, I've just had a look. We're in 13th for away record.
Where are you for home record?
And then
24.
That's awful. That's not good.
Yeah, that's poor.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Peterborough with Clark Harris to score.
Of course you're going to put Clark Harris.
That's fine with me, Liam. I've got Actually, you know what? Okay, so I've gone 3-2 Wycombe, but now that I was undecided because I wasn't sure if Liam would go for him or not. But Harvey, what's your prediction? You go
first. I was gonna say 3-1 Wycombe.
Who are you backing to score?
I was gonna back Mehmeti.
Okay, that's chill then. I'm gonna go with Vokes.
Vokes,
I'll go 3-2 Wycombe and Vokes to score because I just wasn't sure if I don't want to always back the same top scorers each time, especially that that defenders can score sometimes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that surprise attacker or midfielder that'll put in a belter or something.
And I feel like with Wycombe losing coming back off a 1-0 loss to us and the form that they're in, and they've beaten Portsmouth, they've drew the Lincoln away, they've beaten Ipswich, and they've beaten Bristol Rovers. I feel like that they could beat Peterborough away.
I think it'll be a tight game, and Wycombe tormented them at home.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And that's the one.
I do think Peterborough will score 2 goals. I really think this will be a good game of football, I reckon.
Yeah. And it could determine who could maybe get the final playoff spot, maybe.
It could do. But there's so many teams around them. Derby are around them. But there's literally a battle for 4th place, basically.
Battle for 4th to 6th, really.
These two, 4th to 8th, really. Barnsley, Bolton, Derby, Peterborough, Wycombe. And if they get their asses on gear again, Pompey.
Mm-hmm.
They won't. They ain't getting playoffs, Pompey.
They can dream on.
They can dream on, yeah.
And it just feels so good to say that as well sometimes.
They still got to come to our stadium yet.
I can't wait for that day.
Oh, I can't wait for that
Dockyard Derby, let's go.
Lovely. Oh, and what's everybody else's prediction for this game? Forgot to say.
Go on, Charlie.
I've gone for a 1-0 Peterborough.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I think their home record's good.
Yeah,
they know how to control the game. I think. I reckon Peterborough are gonna win. Maybe 2-1 or 2-1, 2-0, or 1-0. I reckon 2-1.
We
Yeah,
have the best. We have the best home record by 8 points. Love to see it.
If we if Peterborough
Jesus
if Peterborough win this game though, this could bounce their form back because I know there's been speculation that McCann might leave the club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they've been on dreadful form lately ever since they lost 3-2 to Exeter.
Madness.
But their record at the West Country's been shocking this season. Anyway, lost to all three: us, Exeter, and Bristol Rovers.
Lads, I don't.
Nearly lost to Cheltenham away, but they beat Cheltenham.
What did you say,
3-2
Liam?
at the end. That was the
Was
very
that
start
Liam
of the
then?
season.
Yeah, I never thought I'd say this, but Pompey's 14th for home form.
Because they were up there with us, and then the draws started.
Yeah.
They've had 3 wins at home right now.
How are the scum 9th for home form? That doesn't sound right.
I thought they would be mid-table though.
Doesn't
but-
sound right in my head.
This doesn't sound right in your head.
No.
Okay, no worries. But yeah. And then we're in the top 3 for away form. We're 4 points behind Sheffield Wednesday and Ipswich.
Fleetwood beat us at home in their ground, but they're 21st for home form. Jesus Christ.
It's because Fleetwood is just a stinker.
Fleetwood
of a
is Draw
fixture for
FC,
us.
man. They're Draw FC.
True.
Fleetwood's just a stinker of a fixture for us. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
And then obviously this fixture we will predict last, so we'll save that.
I know what I'm
and
going
now
with for it.
Pompey and Charlton.
Pompey will win this.
Yeah, they should
Considering
do.
I thought they played well against Ipswich.
Yeah. What was the result last time they played?
3-0 Charlton.
Bloody hell.
Charlton
Was it?
tormented
Jeez.
them.
That was
To be
live on
fair,
Sky Sports, wasn't
Charlton
it?
did have. I remember Charlton's
That was
away
live
win
on
at
Sky Sports.
Bratton last season. They played really well. And they have the better record. But the reason why I think Pompey will win this is because Charlton have just been dreadful lately, ever since they've sacked Garner.
I'm gonna.
And I just can't see them do it. They might get a draw, to be fair, and they do have a good record against Pompey. But I just with Garner gone and their team just looking awful, their fans aren't even confident either. I just can't see it happening against Pompey.
I'm gonna say. I think Charlton to score, but I'm gonna go Pompey 2-1 with Bishop to score.
I think I was going to say the same score as you, Liam.
Actually,
I was getting around the same routes there.
That's fantastic news, Liam, because I really wanted to back Marlon Pack in this one, and that is who I'm going with.
Fairs, actually.
2-0 Pompey. I actually think he's been one of Pompey's brighter players this season.
Pompey.
But I'm going to say
Free?
2-1 as well, Liam, because I feel like it could be that score. I feel like Portsmouth will win, but I feel like Charlton will score 1. I think.
Yeah, they're not as good as us at home, where we've only conceded 7. Just point out there.
Yeah. And do I go for him because I'm not sure. I'm torn. Screw it. I'm gonna go for him. Leeburn.
That's a bold shout as well, especially with that he scored against Oxford.
Yeah, and he's
Harvey, why'd you not go for Dane Scarlett?
He hasn't. To be honest, has he been playing?
No, he has. He hasn't played as decent as the start of the season.
Yeah.
Lately.
And I'm surprised he hasn't been playing as well because I thought he's been pretty decent, but they just haven't played him.
Or Josh Corona.
Yep. Yeah,
He scored
Corona
that-
as well.
He scored that screamer against us. Corona did.
I know. Shame he's still got a draw out of it though.
But Joe, Charlie, what do you guys think for Pompey Charlton? It's a big game. This will be as well.
Yeah, I think they're both not been in the greatest of forms recently. Seems the clubs they are. They're both big clubs and they should be doing quite well. But Pompey's home form, we are the only team that they've lost to at home since January.
Yeah.
Last January, we're the only team they've lost to. So I'm going to rule out a Charlton win. A draw could be likely, but I feel like Charlton away aren't the greatest and their form's not great. I feel like Pompey is going to be closer. But
Have a look at Charlton's away form.
It's
I don't-
terrible.
Yeah.
They've only
had one
won
win
once.
away from
They've
home.
only won once away.
Yep, I think it's pretty. That's definitely a Pompey win then. I did want to say 1-0, but I feel like it could be 2.
I've gone with 2-0.
Yeah, I reckon 2-0.
Yeah, Fairs.
Yeah.
Fairs.
I reckon
I mean,
I was
they
going to go
I mean,
0-0 before you started speaking.
I mean,
No,
Charlton has still
2-0
got to
now.
come to home park. So there we
Oh,
go.
great! That's even better, Liam. They still got
I'm
to come to us.
still debating. I was actually no, sorry. I was actually debating whether to go 0-0 for this just because of the terrible form they're both on at the moment. But like I said, I've gone with the Pompey win because
And
because I honestly think with the way they played against Ipswich and with Charlton dreadful at the moment, I could just see a 2-0.
and poor old Jack witnessed a 5-1 against Charlton, didn't you?
Oh God.
Yeah, I was.
Why do we always have to be on the receiving end of 5 goals?
Do you know this is the funny thing? My brother said this, right. He said we never get beat by 1 goal. We always get beat by a thumping.
We always get beat like
We're not exactly a
to be fair.
thumping, but yeah, you're right. We hardly get beaten 1-0 these days.
No.
Yeah. They either just want to go, hello, we'll just thump you by that amount of goals, or we just go, hello, bye-bye.
Don't forget-
Get out of our way.
Don't forget, Charlton beat us 6-0 at home 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
But
we don't like to be,
like I've said before,
reminded
that
of
was the
these
season.
results, Jack.
That was the season we just came up and we survived, which was the main thing. And
Jack,
now
we don't
No.
like to be reminded of these results. we
That
want
was
to
the
try and
season.
forget
That was the season with no fans in the ground. So if it was fans in
it
the
was
ground,
the COVID
Yeah, actually, so
season,
that
yeah.
doesn't count.
if it's the fans in the ground, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was COVID season. They destroyed us 6-0.
This
Here
is
we go.
Brexit.
Draw
This is
FC,
Brexit here as
everyone.
well.
That has got a draw written all over it.
I've got a draw as
Written all over
well.
it.
I've got a draw as well.
Get the
I
draws
would-
in.
I would say a draw without even knowing that if Fleetwood didn't have this whole record for drawing, I would have said a draw anyway. So I think yeah.
I
I'm
wonder if
saying
that's
one.
what their manager says before the game. Let's go out there and get a draw, everyone.
I've gone 3-3.
I'm going 1-1
Yeah,
with Bayless to score for Fleetwood. Shrewsbury, sorry.
I was about to say.
I'm
My
going to go
goal scorer is
2-2.
Mendes for Fleetwood.
Oh, I was going to say no.
Who did I back against the Cheltenham game for Shrewsbury? Sadie, that was it.
No.
Sadie.
I'll take Garner then.
You know
I'll
who will
take-
be? I don't
Harvey, you
know if
sounded-
he's back for the
Harvey, you
Shrewsbury
sounded very
game, but some point
depressing.
soon.
Oh,
I'm
thank
really-
God.
Because I was going to take Mendes and Jack stole him off me.
1-0 Palace, by the way.
Oh, who are they playing?
Bournemouth.
Oh, shock.
We got Bournemouth on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That should be a win.
Now, the only game. Do you know what the game that infuriated me yesterday was? The bloody Liverpool win. They're 2 own goals from the same player.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
going to say Leicester absolutely bottled it.
Like 2 own goals from the same player. Who does that? From
Have
the
you seen him
first
as well? They
half?
were shocking. The actual goals,
Leicester
they
were
were.
1-0 up as well, and then they just
Mate, those
decided
own
that-
goals were. Oh God, I don't even
Oh,
want
dear.
to look at it.
By the way, lads, we've got games on the Monday as well, just to put out there.
Yeah, no, of course we do.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, I've gone 1-1 for that. I was just
3-3. I can. Or is there anyone here who isn't going for a draw here? Just out of curiosity.
I was tempted for a Shrewsbury win, but I just put draw.
Yeah,
the
but then when I
bookies-
saw Fleetwood, I was like, I'm going for a draw.
the bookies have
You know
said
what, Liam? I was the same as you. Liam.
the bookies have said. I think the bookies have put Shrewsbury favourite 6-5 for Shrewsbury.
I never listen to the bookies because
Yeah, I don't listen to the bookies. That's all.
especially
Do you know? Wickham are 3-1 to beat Peterborough.
Mm.
I never listen to the
Stick a
bookies
tenner on
anyway,
that.
considering they always write us off and going up.
Stick a
Ah.
tenner on that, Liam.
Do you want to tell you? Do you want to tell the odds? The odds, Jack.
Are
We're
we
11
still third behind Ipswich and Sheffield
We're-
Wednesday?
We're 11-2 to win the league. To be promoted 11-10, and to finish in the top two 13-8.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Yeah.
you know
Right.
what? I reckon if I put £5 or a tenner on us winning tomorrow, that must be like £500 return.
You're
Could be.
7-2. You're 7-2 to win. We're 3-4.
How many
That's 7 to 2 is not even.
Charlie, how many are MK taking tomorrow to Argyle?
I think you know what I've actually heard quite a bit of talk on Twitter. People going down today. I'm obviously going there and back in a day tomorrow.
What do you think the
Barnsley,
score will be, Liam?
Bolton. I've gone 2-0 Bolton.
No, I don't see
Oh,
Bolton
just
winning.
stuck a hole through my paper.
But I was tempted to do another 0-0 draw, like what they did at the at Bolton's ground earlier in the season.
I'm going 2-1 Barnsley. I just don't see Bolton winning. But I'm gonna go Dion Charles to score just to be safe.
Yeah, fairs.
I've gone 2-0 Bolton and Morley to score for the
Yeah.
Trotters.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2-2 draw.
Bears.
Yeah, and has anyone taken Cole?
No.
No.
Oh my god, I actually can get a sniff of him this week.
I thought you were going to take Liam Kitchen.
Nah. I'll only take Liam Kitchen if it's a very good
The
if it's
next
another
trip-
good game. Well,
Yeah.
what's everyone else's prediction for this game?
I've gone. I don't know why. I've gone 2-0 Barnsley.
It could still happen, you know.
Yeah, true.
I think
know
whoever
what?
wins this will be the more likely to finish in the playoffs this
Yeah.
season. But I
Mhm.
think Bolton have the better side, and that's why I've gone with them for
That's
this
fair.
this match. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're-
think
you're-
Derby are going to annihilate Accrington Stanley.
I'm gonna say 3-0 Derby.
Same as me as well.
Is it? Bloody hell.
Yeah,
I
I've
went
been
3-0
3-0
as well.
That's brilliant.
What did I go for?
We all
I'll
went
go with.
3-0.
I'm going with Collins to score.
Get in, because I've gone with Mendes Lang.
You're nice because I went for McGoldrick. Thank you.
Easy, boys, easy. Joe, Charlie, what about you guys for this fixture?
I reckon it'll be.
4-1.
I reckon it's
Demolition
going to be.
job.
I think it's going to be a bit closer than you think. I think it'll be 1-0 Derby.
You know what? I was sort of thinking that in a way as well, because I had Derby to annihilate Cambridge 5-0 and it ended 1-0. So there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
I don't think they're all that good. I think they're a good side, Derby, but I feel like compared to what I thought they're going to storm the league at the start.
No, I didn't. I had them 8th in my predictions.
Did you? Yeah, but they had that sort of crisis. But then I saw them put in loads of good players like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't have them to go up, because I thought they would have this season to give time to sort their financial problems out. I think they'll go up next season. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Between
no,
them and Bolton to battle for the league.
Do you know what?
But
I was always going to say this question for this season, anyways, because obviously they're 5th right now. But where do you think they would have been if Wayne Rooney was still in charge?
4th.
3rd.
4th, 3rd.
I'd say they'd be in a lonely 4th place. So they'd be like 5 points or 6 points ahead of Barnsley and Bolton, and they're but about still a bit behind Sheffield Wednesday in 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Wayne Rooney's style of play that he had for that team, they didn't obviously, from what we saw in the Championship, they didn't do well. But from what I could see him building at that club, it looked like a very, very good team from like the young players. For the young players that he was bringing in from the youth academy was brilliant. Like
Shame for our point of view as well.
Eddie
Yeah.
Away, all of those players.
In a way, it's a shame for our point of view as well, because we would have witnessed Wayne Rooney finally come to
That
Home
would have
Park
been my
this January.
idol coming down to Home Park.
Yeah, because he's literally your Man United idol.
He is my idol. Yeah, my favourite player of all time. Simple as that. But yeah, sad times. He went to DC United. Hey ho. Yeah, we all went for 3-0.
Charlie, who do you think will score for Aki if they get that goal? If you think it'll be 4-1 Derby, if you had to choose.
Oof, well, I haven't thought that deep into it. Hang on. I'll quick think about that now.
I think there's one player that I would have gone for.
Yeah, same. There's one player I would have gone for.
Is it McConville by any chance?
Yep,
boys?
yep.
Yeah.
It was either him or Diamond for me.
I didn't.
Have you-
Oh, fair enough.
Have you still got a travel to Pride Park, Joe?
Sorry?
You still got a travel to Pride Park?
Yeah, we've got them in the Easter weekend. That's the only ground in League One now that I need to do.
Oh, fair enough. Nice one.
Jeez.
Is that good? Is that Good Friday or Easter Monday?
That's on the Friday, I think. Is it the 10th?
No,
No,
seventh.
I've done 70 of the
Come on,
92 now.
Lincoln.
So
Come on, Lincoln.
Come on, Lincoln. You know what that reminds me of? That meme on YouTube when he goes, "Come on, England!" He swallows the microphone in his mouth. Come on, England! Come on, England! One of my favourite memes of all time. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know what to go for this one.
Come on, Lincoln.
I'm saying 2-1 Ipswich.
I've
with
gone 2-1
Chaplin's
Ipswich
score.
as well. Wait, sorry, Liam, who'd you go with to score?
But
Chaplin.
Oh, nice.
and
I've gone
as
2-1
could
Ipswich
this
as well.
I was about to say, could this be Lincoln's first loss away? Not away, home. Sorry.
Away.
I've gone 2-1 Ipswich as well, Liam, and I've got Marcus Hardis to score. He's back
Fair
for
enough, mate.
victory.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Ooh.
I'd love that if that happens.
Because I'm not gonna lie, right now Ipswich are drawing so many games. You might not. Well, from what I see, they've drew to Portsmouth, they drew to Cheltenham, they've drew to quite a decent amount of teams.
They
this
lost
season.
to Lincoln at home.
And they
but
lost to Lincoln at home, yeah. And they drew to Fleetwood, and they drew to Cheltenham, yeah. Yeah.
I was actually debating a draw or an away win for Ipswich, but I could just see them edge it in this game. But also, I have a feeling it wouldn't shock me if this is one of the fixtures where basically Ipswich lose at home to Lincoln, and then they either win the away leg or draw that away leg for them. And if that happens, that basically reminds me of us last season against Lincoln, because we drew with Lincoln at Sincilbank 2-2, and then we bloody lost at home.
And I'm gonna bet my house on it that House will score.
Fair enough. Joe, Charlie, what about you guys?
Yeah.
3-1 Ipswich.
Oh, that's fair.
Jesus.
I've gone a 2-0 Ipswich.
Yeah, they will be seen as massive favourites again into this game. But with that Pompey game, the reason why I ended up getting that score spot on, but the reason why I said 2-2 because I just knew everyone was going to underestimate Pompey going into this game, and everyone was going to see Ipswich as favourites, and they have a little bit. I know they're not rivals, but they have a little bit of a sort of a dislike towards each other, Pompey and Ipswich, and that's why I thought Pompey were going to be up for that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't see.
Yeah.
But with the form Pompey was on, I couldn't see them winning. But
Yeah.
I mean, Harvey went for 2-1 Pompey, and that nearly happened as well.
That nearly happened, yeah. That nearly happened, for God's sake. Bloody Chaplin ruined everything. Chaplin always ruins everything. God damn it.
He has been unbelievable.
He has been good for them, yeah. And the next one, might as well just say the score now. I probably already know what you're all going to go for.
I think from what I heard, Bannon's out for another month.
Yeah, he is.
Who's out for another month?
Bannon.
Bannon. Oh, really?
Oh, month.
Oh,
I'm
my
saying-
God.
I'm saying 2-0 Wednesday.
If he misses our game in early February at Hillsborough, that will be huge for us.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
saying
that'll be a
2-0
huge miss for them.
I'm saying 2-0 Wednesday with Smith to score.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
go
could tell you was
Smith.
going to go for Smith. Smith has been brilliant for them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've gone a tight 1-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday and Byers to score.
You love him putting Byers down.
Well,
That's what I've
he was
noticed.
But that game against Port Vale, that's the first time I've predicted him to score all season. So this is only twice, Harvey. But maybe
Because
lately,
it seems
yeah.
like you predicted him so many times.
It's only because I look at him or Windass or Deli Bashiru, because I just know nearly loads of people will just go for Bannon because people call Sheffield Wednesday Barry Bannon FC.
I'll go for 2-0. Screw it. I will go for Windass, to be fair.
Joe, Charlie, what about you guys?
You know what? I know Cambridge's away form is really poor. I don't think they've won since Morecambe in the league.
They did beat Shrewsbury at home, but obviously that was at home.
Yeah, but yeah. I feel like it. You know what? I've got a funny feeling they are going to actually do it, Cambridge.
I'd love to. Oh, that'd do us a huge
well,
favour.
I wouldn't like that because we sort of want them to lose.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to say a draw. I'm just feeling that they're going to be all right at Cambridge. I don't really look. Sheffield Wednesday are a very good side, but I just feel something. I feel like that they've sort of gained a few points as of recent times. I feel like they might be a little bit more positive about it. And I've heard they played all right as well against Derby. But yeah, I reckon it's going to be 1-1. I actually think it's going to be 1-1.
That's what I had against Port Vale in their previous game then, and they still somehow won 2-0. Because I was just confident Vale would do to Wednesday on what they did to us.
Mm-hmm.
But if that'll be huge for us if Cambridge.
That would be a massive result. That'd be a massive result.
It'll probably be Wednesday's
well,
worst home game of the season.
Cambridge at home as well.
Don't win against Cambridge.
Mm-hmm. We've got Cambridge at home as well because we've already played them away. We drew 0-0.
Yeah, they have drawn at home before this season, to be fair as well, because Bristol Rovers got a point at Hillsborough.
Yeah. And the final game.
Here we go.
Green Army versus MK Dons. So start with Jack first.
Oh, all right then. Well, this sounds a bit childish, but because we lost to you guys 5-0 last season, that's exactly why I've gone with 5-0 to us for this game.
Jeez.
And I've gone Whittaker to score.
Oh my God.
I've gone 3-0 with. Who did you have, Whittaker?
Yeah.
I'll say Ennis if he starts then.
Yeah. And remember, if they don't start, then you can pick somebody else. So remember that.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'll go. I was gonna say. I'll go 4-0 done.
I think I also went 5-0 because I just know.
I was about to go 3-1, but I think I changed it to 4-0.
I also went 5-0 because if we did win the game, that I know my next video is just going to be called Revenge is Sweet.
God.
For God's sakes, you've already got your title planned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go Cosgrove.
But I would love to hear from the away fans on what they think coming into this game. What about you guys?
I'll take it, Joe.
Yeah, I'll go first. I feel like you've all been a little bit disrespectful about it. We have got a new manager.
Yeah, I do apologise.
We have got a new manager in. Our away form isn't as bad. I feel like it's not going to be embarrassing score, but I still think you're going to dominate us. I think it's going to be 4-2 to Plymouth. I reckon
I can understand that. I was going to go 3-1.
I reckon we're going to get a goal first, a lucky goal first, maybe an own goal or something like that, and then you're going to.
Depends if we went.
Go on.
Depends if we know where the net is.
I feel like we're going to get some sort of like we're normally a bit better at the first few opening minutes. I feel like we could get something there. Something will go in the back of the net, and then you're going to end up just coming back, as every team does. We always recently, like Derby, we went 1-0 up, lost 3-1, went 1-0 up against Fleetwood, lost 2-1. Things like that. I think that I think that's still quite optimistic. I feel like it's not going to be embarrassing. It could be 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-2, 4-1, something like that. I feel like you are going to score goals. Our defense isn't great.
I think if I was going a lot more realistic, I would have gone with like a 3-1 or 2-1 or 2.
I would have
Yeah.
gone 3-1.
But I think just because of the way the end of last season ended, I think that's why I've got deliberately biased for this one.
Yeah, fairs.
And that's no disrespect to you guys in any way at all.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, but at the end of the day,
I totally get. I completely understand the backing on your team, and I know everyone does that at the end.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
shouldn't
shouldn't really be backing us. We have been dreadful, but I feel like we might come back. We might come with a little bit of sting.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that for sure.
I
And
shouldn't.
excuse me. To finish off, we will have a quick look at the table before we do finish off the preview today. So, we are still top of the league, but by 4 points, which is not the biggest gap of points that we've had before. The highest we've had is 4, but we could make it 7 tomorrow, which will be the biggest point gap we've had this season. Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, both on 49 points, which makes it very interesting for second now. And for Barnsley, if they do win their 2 games in hand, they'll be 3 points behind Sheffield Wednesday and Ipswich, which will make it even more interesting.
And one of their games in hand is against Pompey as well.
Yep. And remember, Barnsley has still got Sheffield Wednesday and Ipswich to play.
And also, we've still got to go to...
and we've got to go to Barnsley as well. Yep. Which will be very, very interesting. Derby 5th, Bolton 6th, and Peterborough 7th, hanging outside of the playoffs. Wickham 8th and Port Vale 9th. And look at Pompey all the way down in 10th.
Pompey and Exeter are level on points now.
I know.
Small world.
Yeah, very small world. Yeah, scum, whatever. I don't even want to call them anything else. Scummy twats. There we go. That's what I usually call them. 11th and Bristol Rovers 12th.
See Rovers there as well.
Yeah. Bottom half, Oxford United 13th. From where Oxford were, they were around here. From where I remembered.
That was like back in October, but they've picked up their form slightly.
Yeah, they've picked up their form. Yeah. And Shrewsbury 14th, Lincoln 15th, still unbeaten at home, but it's the draws that's really they've got a lot of draws, but then it's their away form that's dropping their form. Cheltenham 16th, Fleetwood 17th, Draw FC might as well just call them now. Charlton, same nearly for Charlton. Cambridge 19th, Burton 20th. Accrington Stanley are the new teams in the bottom 4, 21st, and MK Dons 22nd. And then the same 2 teams, Forest Green and Morecambe. And as Burton now are out of the bottom 4, that makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, we have 2 wins in a row. But no, I was just going to say, Charlie, I was going to say, obviously, as an Argyle fan, I don't want us to lose. But I was going to say, if we do lose tomorrow or draw tomorrow, then all I have to pray for is Cambridge and Lincoln. Simple as that, because then it won't look so bad.
But if I look at the table, right, if we manage to scrape a point tomorrow and Accrington and Burton lose, I think Burton are likely to pick up a point or even 3. Accrington will probably lose, but if both of those lose and then we get a draw, we're out of the relegation zone because we're ahead of them on goal difference, and then which
will make it very, very interesting.
If we lose, my title of the video is going to be called "It's Port Vale all over again."
Yeah,
but I just hope we play like we did against Wickham. 100, because we played
we dominated about 75, 80 minutes against Wickham.
Yeah. It was only the last, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes I was a little worried for. That's it. But for
It
the rest
still
of the game,
shell-shocked me that Mehmeti didn't start the game.
yeah, he didn't start the game, and Vokes, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Definitely more surprised.
But
Mehmeti
definitely more
than
surprised
Vokes.
that Mehmeti didn't start, which is crazy. Yeah. Nothing else. But there we go, though, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and thank you all for coming in too. And thank you to Charlie and Joe for coming in, representing MK Dons. Thank you so
honestly,
much.
no, cheers, guys. Honestly,
Yeah.
Always
Cheers.
happy.
Cheers for having us on.
Always happy to have anybody come in as to represent any team, whether it's Ipswich, MK Dons, Burton, anybody. I'm very, very happy to have anyone on, and it's always a privilege to have anybody on. It's fantastic. It spreads us all around YouTube and all around social media, which is great. Subs,
Yep.
170 subs, and as well, give a sub to Cornish Jana as well. He's reached 181 subs on YouTube.
come on,
Recent
come on.
videos hit.
If you haven't
3K
seen my
views.
stadium tour video yet, please check it out.
It's hit 3K views. Give it a click, give it a like, and all that. And your channel right now is absolutely popping off with that video. So
I don't know
absolute
how
respect.
it just is.
Yeah, but to be honest, a lot of people do like to look at videos like that because not a lot of people have done videos like that, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah. But recommend giving it a watch. It's absolutely brilliant. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this preview. The review will probably be maybe a day
Next
or
day.
two after the day
Yeah,
after the game. So expect that.
We
to
have
come out.
we have all week anyway until the 7th when we play.
Exactly,
Bolton.
yeah. So expect that, and the day of recording, I think they'll probably come out like in 3 days.
It's
time.
just obviously as like every single football season, Christmas and New Year's is always mental for all of us.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
right now the daily uploads is going crazy, and as well expect some short videos as well, because we may post some short videos out of us talking about the transfer news and all that. So expect some short videos. So then we'll see you for the review, and then after that it'll be Bolton. So we'll see you then. Catch you in the next video, and as always, goodbye.
Oh, and
Bye-bye.
also subscribe to
And subscribe.
Joe's YouTube
Yep,
channel.
subscribe to both.
Yeah.
So see you
Cheers,
all
lads.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners. Janners!